Good morning. Welcome to First Word, striving to make God's Word your first priority today. Today we're going to look at Psalm chapter 5, verses 7 and 8, and see how David is committed to God's way. Verses 7 and 8 say, "But as for me, I will come into your house in the multitude of your mercy. In fear of you, I will worship toward your holy temple. Lead me, O Lord, in your righteousness because of my enemies. Make your way straight before my face." David is committed to the Lord's righteous way. We see this first as David is committed because of God's mercy, and God's mercy gives hope. In 2 Samuel 7, God had promised to bless David's house. He had said that he would have someone on the throne continually. Apparently, he's looking and seeing this in spite of all the attacks that are coming his way, that God would be merciful and fulfill his promise. I believe he's also committed here through reverent bowing toward the tabernacle. His posture reveals humility. This is not like the proud earlier in the chapter who would try to stand before God, but he bowed in reverence, fearing God and honoring him. He's also here committed to following God's direction. He asks for clarity before him. He wants to know God's way. Now, is this conditional? Does David say, well, I want to follow your way if it makes sense to me? I want to follow your way if it's easy and there's no struggle to it. Well, we are called to follow his way no matter how difficult. Remember in Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 and 14, Jesus said, "Enter by the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and there are many who go in by it. Because narrow is the gate and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are few who find it." I challenge you today as you reflect upon your commitment to the Lord's righteous way. Be committed because of God's mercy. Be committed as you reverently bow before him and recognize the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And be committed to follow even though the way is difficult, because God has promised to be with you and guide you as you go. Thank you for taking the time to join us at First Word, and may you know the joy of God's blessing as you make his word your first priority today.